Welcome to McCamey Farm and Outdoors. If you're new to the channel, appreciate you stopping by. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. The good folks at Cinoton LED Lighting, they reached out to me a few weeks back and want to know if I'd be interested in trying out some of their product. And I've thought about it, and then I didn't want to do anything that would not be useful to myself or to you all as viewers. So I chose to go with some lighting that they had that's made for outdoor structures, barns, that type of structure, just because most of the people that watch this channel have some type of outdoor structure, a barn or whatever it might be. So I'm going to be using some of the products that they've sent me here in the wood barn. And what they've sent me is it's a LED UFO light. This one is 100 watts, and it is a 400 watt equivalent to a high pressure sodium or HID. These are 11,000 lumens. You can kind of see where they get their name UFO light. Kind of look like a UFO, but they've got the diodes here in the center, and they come with a hook for a mounting point, which is what I'm going to utilize here in the wood barn. I also went with the light that is already pre-wired, where you just plug it in, and they have both options. You can get it to where you can hardwire it, or it comes with a plug. So I chose to do the plug option, and my plan is to put a outlet at each light and then power the outlet from a switch. So essentially they'll just plug in, but then I'll also be able to control them with the light switch. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get these installed and give them a trial run and see how they go. But so far I really like the way they're built. They're IP65 waterproof. You see the waterproof fittings here. Of course, mine's going to be, under roof, so they're not going to get any direct rain. But it's good to know that they're good for outdoor conditions, and they are a rated outdoor fixture. So let's get these installed, and then we'll let you know how they light up the wood barn. Stay with us. And first thing to get started on this electrical project for the lights is demoing this old electrical switch that goes to the current fixtures that right up here, the two T12 8-foot fixtures. So need to demo that out, get it taken care of. As you can see, the cattle have had their way to the side of this switch, so we're going to put a new box here. Also, while we're at this, we're going to put an electrical box here with an outlet, and then put a switch right here with a waterproof switch cover on it, and then go from there, and then come out of it with conduit up to that truss, and then go out from there with Romex to the new LED lights. So complete overhaul here of the existing electrical that's been here for quite a while. And like I said, the cattle have got up here and rubbed on this thing and had their way with it. So we'll start fresh right here and go all new from there, and that way we'll be watertight and have good electrical connections all the way up to the new lights. So all right, let's get started. Had this conduit left over from several little projects over the last couple years, and I'm glad that I hung on to it instead of taking it back, because I think half-inch stick of conduit now is like 10 bucks, 3/4, 11 something. So I think back when I bought this, it was less than $5 a stick. So kind of glad I hung on to that when I did. Same thing with this 14.2 Romex here. I think this stuff's like $150 for a 250 foot roll. So once again, just some stuff had left over from another project, so I'm going to utilize it and save a little bit of money. A little bit of hair in there, thanks to the cattle. Must have been just the right height for them to come in there and scratch their back. So I've got to be a little careful with this, just because it's hot coming in. So looks like this is the hot leg coming in. So let's take care of it first. Get that out of the way. Get it capped. It should be good for the moment. So there's everything coming in. Cut this right here. Get that out of the way. Anyway, that's for sure. Alright, now the tricky part, to try to cut this without cutting the wires. Alright. That worked out. Let's go ahead and cap that just so we don't run into it. Okay, so here's what I had made up off camera. I put a dual switch here with a weatherproof cover on it, and put a receptacle here with a weatherproof cover on it, so it'll be coming in hot to the receptacle, then out to the switches, and then from there out to the lights. So I'll put it in place right here, glue it, screw it down good, and then we can run our conduit the rest of the way out to the trusses. One inside that box just to keep it all good and tight, in case the cows decide they want to come back and rub on it again. Maybe they won't break it off. All right, made some good progress here. Got the old stuff demoed and got our new conduit ran up here. Got that offset bent in it going up there, and then I'll come out of that and turn left and go down the truss and pick up a junction box right over here, and then take that straight over to the new lights, and then do the same thing on the other side as I come across. So yeah, that's probably gonna do it for today. We'll pick back up tomorrow. It's starting to get a little bit dark, and I've got to get a little bit more material to finish it out here, so we'll pick back up tomorrow. I'm gonna try to push this through since it's not a very far run, instead of pulling the fish tape. So we'll see how it goes. Plus, with these pull boxes fairly close together and this stranded wire, should go pretty easy. And once I get to the other box over there, I'll pull from there right down to the switch box. All right, I think I'm there. A little bit shorter pushes here just because I can't really, just the length of this box, but it's not very far, and I've only got this 190 and a 22.5 right there to go through. So, and then it's downhill from there, so it shouldn't be too bad. Looks like we made it. We're good to there. Went ahead and made up what I could down here on the ground. I've got 2 pass-through boxes for the first light in each set, and then just an end box that'll go on either side for the lights. So I'm going to put receptacles in these. Run 14.2 Romex, and then that way I can power the lights from the receptacles up above at each point. All right, let's run some wire. All right, we're back on the wiring up here. Hopefully that the sound's not too bad, because there's terrible winds here today, so I've not really shot a lot of footage, but I'm up here in the rafters, kind of out of the wind a little bit. So I've got most of my wiring done, roughed in to my handy boxes. I didn't want to bore you all too much with just running Romex, but I've got all of it roughed in to my junction boxes, out to my switch boxes. So I'm going to come back now and put in my receptacles here in my handy boxes. You can kind of see over there on the other side. It's basically the same thing over there. 2 handy boxes for 2 receptacles, and I've ran Romex between the 2, going back to the switch. So I'm going to put the receptacles in, and then go ahead and hang the lights, and then hopefully we'll be able to see these things light up tonight. So that's the plan. Like I said, I hope the audio is not bad. We had a tornado warning this morning about 5 o'clock, and today the winds have been very fierce. We've had 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts. We've got some trees down. Had a roof blow off the shed. So it's been an eventful day. So I'll probably do a separate video on that, just kind of showing what kind of the storm damage we've had today just from these winds. Not a lot of rain, but just very bad winds. So all right, stay with us. We'll get these things wired up, get them plugged in, and hopefully get the wood barn lit up tonight. All right, everyone. Wanted to give a quick update, show everyone the electrical now that it's done. Just so we can explain what we did here. We put a receptacle here, which is something we didn't have before. We got a GFI here, and then it powers the switches. Have this waterproof switch cover for each bay, and then we've got conduit running up, and then it branches out from the box here in a Romex that goes over to receptacles above each light. and then the lights are just plugged in. So that way, if we ever want to change it, all we've got to do is unplug it and plug it back up. And then over here in the other bay, pretty much did the same thing. Got both lights here, receptacles above each, and ready to get going. Excited to get these turned on tonight and see how bright they are, and see how it illuminates the area, and might even do a little bit of nighttime splitting over here just to see how bright it is, and make sure it's a good, safe work environment if we wanted to do a little splitting at night. So especially with summer coming up, a little warm in the evenings for splitting. So if we get over here late in the evening and start to run into dark, we can continue splitting after it cools off just a little bit. Not too late, of course, because my neighbors probably wouldn't care for that. But all right, we'll check back in later tonight when it gets dark and see how everything looks. We've got everything lit up here tonight, and I'm very impressed with the amount of light that comes off these lights. Plenty of light here to see, to be able to split if I want to split at night. All kinds of visibility, very bright, but not too overwhelming. Of course, if you look up, they're very bright. But right here in the working area, everything is probably brighter than it is during the daylight. So, very happy with the two lights that we've got here on this side. I think 4 was just right for this size structure. Like I said, it's 24 by 24, and I think 10'6" to the base of the lights from the ground level. So, yeah, I think it worked out just fine. The 100 waters, I believe, were a good choice. I think the 150s would have probably been a little bit too bright. As you can see, there's plenty of light, you know, even protruding out from the structure, you know, to be able to see around it. Let me walk around here to the other side. Kind of get an idea. Looking down the length of the aisle here. But yeah, plenty of light. I think it's just right. I see the visibility there of the wood in the IBC tote. Yeah. All right. Yeah, very pleased with how these turned out. Like I said, thanks to Cinoton for sending me these lights. And I will leave a link in the description below. And I hope y'all have enjoyed this video, and maybe give you some insight if you want to put some lights in your outdoor structure, whether it be a woodshed or just your barn or outdoor garage, whatever it might be. Go check out Cinoton. They can definitely help you out with whatever need it might be for your outdoor lights. All right, I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one.